Welcome to the Lindsay and Tony podcast, where we talk about spirituality, business, and life experiences.
In this podcast, we're bringing our private conversations to you.
We believe that it's through discussion, action, and reflection that true change occurs. Welcome to episode 117, What to Do When You Feel Positive. This episode is pretty eye-opening. A lot of people think that they want positivity in their life, but they don't know how to handle it when it comes. And this is something that we've both faced, Tony and I, and we're so excited to share some tips with you on how you can handle the amazing positivity that you're deserving in your life. So we hope you enjoy the show. Hi guys, welcome back. We're so excited that you're here. Today's episode is all about what to do when you're feeling positive. And if you haven't listened to last episode about what to do when you're feeling negative, go and listen to that too. So this is an important one, isn't it?
It is. It's just as important as what to do when you're feeling negative. Because like we mentioned in the last episode, your feelings are here to communicate with you. They're telling you something. So when you feel that positivity, I think it's so powerful to sit with it and to listen to the wisdom of it.
True. And sometimes we can rush through the positivity. It's easy to just focus on the negativity because sometimes it feels more comfortable for us. But the positivity can feel uncomfortable. And I know that Tony and I have a business mastermind, and we just had our last group call last night. We kind of talked about this, and we'll get into that in a little bit. We should probably start with the first one.
Yeah, so the first one, we're going to talk about 3 different things you can do when you are feeling that positive energy. So number 1 is to feel it, embrace it, and then also think about your other desires, your future goals, the things that you're grateful for.
Right. And we did this actually in the summertime. Normally we'll do a road trip, and we're actually on a road trip right now. We're in St. Louis, and in the past, we've been to baseball games. So when we were at a baseball game, there was a home run that was hit, and the energy was crazy in the stadium. Do you remember which stadium that was? That
was Fenway.
Okay. Oh, was it Fenway? Yeah, it was.
We did
Fenway.
it a couple of stadiums because I think it started in Fenway, which
did.
was like 6-7 years ago. Lindsay first brought this up. It was the bottom of the 9th, and the Red Sox were doing bad that season, actually. They were out of the playoffs, but the stadium was still filled, and the passion was still there. It was the bottom of the 9th, and the Red Sox hit a walk-off home run. And when they did, everybody was going crazy, and it was just like, yes. And Lindsay was like, here's what we're going to do. Right now, let's visualize our house. Let's visualize our goals. Let's visualize where we're going in our career and our business with our relationships. And that's what we did.
Yeah, in that rise of energy, that's what we did.
In that moment. And I could feel it. I could remember, like I could see it right now in my mind. Exactly, I could feel it. All the crowd around us, and just how easy it was to lock in on those visions, on those pictures in that moment. Because as you'll realize, the higher emotions that you're experiencing, the higher frequency that is, the easier it is to actually picture things. And when you combine the two, that positive, that enthusiasm, that emotion, combined with a picture, that is when the manifestation process actually begins.
It does. And I think that that's so important. So you don't need to be at a baseball game to do it. But if you're feeling high energy and you're feeling this moment of gratitude, embrace that piece, like really enjoy. And it could be that simple thing where you're sitting at a table across from your husband or your wife, and you're like, I feel so much gratitude right now for this meal or just being here with you. Taking that time to embrace that moment, and then maybe think about future stuff that you're wanting to come into your life too.
Absolutely. And then number 2 is to reflect. Reflect on why you are feeling this positive energy. What were the disciplines that you've been doing? Who were the people that you've been spending time with in the last month or the last week or the last day? All of these different things that have been occurring, because there's a reason why this positive energy is coming into your life.
Right. And it often comes when you have the start to your morning. You know, I hear people say, oh gosh, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed and everything else went downhill from there. But then if you wake up in the morning and all of a sudden someone buys your coffee in the drive-through line, it all of a sudden changes your whole day. It doesn't have to be like that. You can shift it. But think about what the igniter was. What choice did you make to get there, or what people were in your existence to get to that place that you're into. What books did you read? What did you listen to?
Exactly. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but that's a great tip there for that morning to really. A lot of you will look back and you'll realize, oh, it's because I've been having a positive morning routine. There is magic at the beginning of the day that you could release into your day, and it does set the tone for your entire day. So like Lindsay was saying, if you do have a bad moment midday and say you didn't start your morning routine on a positive note, you could always slow it down and adjust, but why not maximize and leverage everything that you have? And that's what the morning routine will do for you.
Right. And Lewis Howes actually interviewed the top millionaires, and one of the common things that they all had was they had a morning routine.
Right. And you'll find that same thing with the top people who have the highest emotional intelligence, people that are happiest, at most peace. They all have routines down. So number 3 is when you're feeling positive and this positive energy and everything's going great, human nature will tell us, wait, is something going to go wrong here? So number 3 would be to be aware of any type of behavior that you're doing to where you're self-sabotaging this positive energy in your life.
And I used to do that. And this is exactly where we talked with our business students last night, because I was studying a video with Oprah and Brene Brown, and Brene Brown said a lot of people actually fear joy. And she feared joy, and other people did. She said even on the way to the interview, something happened with the plane. She had just taken a picture of being behind the cockpit and saying like, I'm going to Super Soul Sunday. And then something happened where the plane, I don't know if it turned around or something shifted.
Something went wrong with the plane.
And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. And of course that would happen to me, because she was feeling so much joy and excitement. So a lot of us humans will think, when is the other shoe going to drop? And it reminded me of when I met Tony. When I first met Tony, I was so excited and I was happy. And I was talking to a teacher friend, and I said, I'm kind of scared because when I was really happy before, it got taken away. And she wrote me a little sticky note on my desk, and I still have the sticky note in my closet someplace, but it said, when I am happy, I have even more happiness come into my life. It was something to that effect. And it made me think like, okay, I need to readjust this. I need to enjoy this moment and be in gratitude instead of freaking out thinking, oh my gosh, what's going to happen because I'm so happy.
Right, and that's the thing why our last episode is so powerful about what to do when you're feeling negative, is because when we learn to embrace negativity and when we learn to embrace that vulnerability of just having raw conversations that may spark negativity for the moment, when we embrace vulnerability, Brene Brown also talked about how we can embrace joy even more.
Yes.
And I think that's powerful.
And she said there was a story with one man that he all of his life, he never wanted to get too excited about things in his life. And he was married for 40 years, and they were in a car accident, and his wife died. And after that, it really made him rethink some things, because he just missed those simple moments of feeling complete joy. And this is something that really can awaken you and think, am I really letting myself feel joy, or does it feel uncomfortable?
Right. I remember Brene Brown talking about that story there, and she was saying the guy was thinking back to his wife just washing the dishes and doing simple things, and wishing that in that moment he would have just leaned in and just soaked in that joy in those simple moments. So maybe this is a little tip for you too, going back to the negative or positive side, is to just lean into this positivity, lean into it, soak it in, feel even the simple things. Going back to just maybe you have your yard and you love cutting the grass and making it look nice. Just simple things like that.
Share with us if you can think of those simple things that you're taking time to be in gratitude and enjoy, because you're going to create more of those things coming into your existence to remind you to take the time to be in gratitude and feel that positivity that you deserve. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we did. If you liked it, leave a 5-star review on iTunes, and remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel too.
If you can think of anyone else that would love this episode, share it with them right now on social media or email. And remember, getting results is a process of learning, applying, and reflecting. Stay consistent and continue to grow every day.